KCDZ 107.7. Good morning. It's 10:15. I'm Brian Michaels. Thank you so much for spending a morning with Michaels. And we have had such a phenomenal morning right here this morning, and I thank you so much. It's a Saturday. We've kicked it off in a fantastic way, and it's about to get even bigger and better. You know, a great show out there. NBC kicked off the 6th season of America's Got Talent. It's one of their big hit shows. They have done an incredible talent search all across the United States, looking for talent throughout the nation, and they certainly have found it, and they found an incredible talent right here in Southern California. Of course they did, because Southern California has talent. Well, season 6, they did it, and they found it right here in Southern California. His name is Ryan Andreas. We're going to play a song from Ryan. You probably, if you cannot picture Ryan from season number 6, you will know him by this song, and you will picture him perfectly from whether you saw him on YouTube, whether you saw him on the actual show, you will know him immediately when you hear this song. He did this song amazingly well, and I kid you not, I told Ryan when I spoke to him originally months and months ago, when I heard this song and his rendition, this song not only gave me chills, but also gave my wife chills to a T. I mean, just incredibly, incredibly well done. But we're going to talk with Ryan in just a moment. But I want you to get familiar with Ryan first and what he's done and the talent that he done. But here is his rendition of Sarah McLachlan and In the Arms of an Angel. Ryan Andreas is on the phone line. We're going to talk to him in just a moment. But here's his rendition of Sarah McLachlan, In the Arms of an Angel, right here on Z107.7. Ryan Andreas on the phone line. We'll talk to him in just a moment, right here on Z107.7. America's Got Talent. We found it. He's on the phone line. It's Ryan Andreas. It's coming up next.
Spend all your time waiting for the second chance, for a break that will make it okay. There's always some reason to feel not good enough. It is hard at the end of the day. Need some distraction and beautifully memories sing through my veins. So let this be empty, oh, and weightless, and maybe that's a reason in the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark cold terror, in the endlessness that you feel. We were born from the red, from your silent reverie, in the arms of the angel, will you find easier to believe. 'C's in this sweet madness, oh, this glorious sadness brings me to my knees. In the arms of the angel, fly away from here, from this dark cold hotel room, in the endless thirst that you feel. We were born from the wreckage, from this silent revelry, in the arms of the angel, may you find some comfort here, some comfort here, some comfort here, some comfort here, Lord, some comfort here. In the arms of the angel, may you find some comfort here.
Community Radio Z 107.7. Doesn't matter how many times I listen to it either. The chills remain, man. The chills remain. Ryan, Andreas, how are you, man?
I'm good. Thanks for having us on the show, Brian. I appreciate it, bro.
Hey, no, man. We appreciate you for everything. I was telling the fans just a while ago that, you know, from day one when I talked to you, from the moment that I saw you and the moment that I heard you do that rendition, I mean, the chills, they set in. Every time I hear you do that song, it's like the chills just, they all over.
I totally appreciate that. I mean, you've been with us since the beginning. You and I had talked months and months past, and you know, I think that I know for myself personally that performance was, and I've said it before, is just was the most spectacular moment of my life. The recording that you actually played was, you know, one of my YouTube revisions that I did in the studio, but you know, the version that I did on TV, you know, that particular episode was in front of America's Got Talent's highest rated viewership. It was 15.6 million people watching on TV and roughly 3,000 people in a auditorium. So I went from nothing to that, and it absolutely the most spectacular moment of my life, captured in 1080p for all to watch on the airwaves.
Yeah. Now, for those that don't understand, I mean, you just said over 3,000 people in an auditorium, and I believe, if I remember correctly, Howie Mandel actually asked you if you had ever performed at all, and you told him no.
The question was how. Actually, the question was from Sharon, and she posed it. How many times a month do you perform?
Okay.
And and I said, I don't perform. I perform in my room every month. The last live thing that I had done was literally in front of 20 people 2 years prior to that appearance in a fish taco restaurant in LA, where I literally played my acoustic for a friend that said, why don't you come and help me out with an open mic night? And I sat in and I just did 2 songs in front of, like I said, 20 people at a fish taco restaurant in L.A. I hardly consider that being a professional touring musician. That was the last public appearance I had before America's Got Talent, so it was quite jarring.
So Ryan, I mean, okay, you're a self-taught singer, songwriter, musician. You've done bass, classical, acoustic guitars, modern rock, electric guitars. You've done it all, man. You hand you an instrument, you've probably done it, or you're going to do it, or whatever the case may be. But what led you to even try out or even go after America's Got Talent?
My girlfriend Annette actually put me on that show. I was a struggling unemployed IT administrator, had lost my job and went into a very deep pitfall of depression, to be honest with you, through that section of my life, and had continued in that climb to try to get out of the economic downturn, which still is affecting people nationwide.
Right.
And at some point or another, we were in the living room at my girlfriend's house, and they were watching America's Got Talent, and this was when Michael Grimm was on. And Michael Grimm had just won. I think they were watching the final competition from the season prior to mine, and they said, why don't you go on that show? You could beat that guy. And I don't watch that. I don't watch TV. I don't watch those reality shows. And I was actually on my computer just surfing the net on her Lazy Boy. And she actually grabbed her laptop and she signed me up for the show, meaning she went to the NBC registration site, put my name in, and said, okay, you're going. And it wasn't me going out there going, you know what, I'm going to sign up for the show. It was my girlfriend on my behalf submitting, saying, you know what, I'm going to put you on the show and you're just going to go do it. And so we actually got a registration back to show up to L.A. and do your thing. You got to remember, before you even get on that show, you got to go through a rigorous audition process. And we went through I did at least 6 or 7 performances just to get on the TV.
Wow.
It was extensive, and it was, that day was surreal for me as well. I mean, we literally moved from room to room to room and continued past all of these, everything. I thought I was going to go down there to L.A., and there I was, just like I had imagined it, like you see on America's Got Talent or American Idol, where you're standing around thousands and thousands of contestants lined up around the block, around a building. You know what I mean? Like, there's so many people there.
Exactly, right.
It's like a DMV nightmare, but with people with circus, outfits on and acrobats and people blowing flames from their mouths. Like, it was a very crazy environment, but it was so fun because everybody there was chasing a dream and nobody was there, like, hating on each other. It was like this total community of people in the arts that wanted to not only have their 15 minutes of fame, but they wanted to have fun. And they were enjoying being around others that were chasing the same dream. It wasn't as cutthroat as you think it might have been. I mean, it was us, the contestants, against the judges. It wasn't the contestants against the contestants. It was this perceived notion that we're all on one team and they're on the other team, and we need to get past them.
Right.
So yeah, it was pretty awesome.
So the judges on season 6, Howie Mandel, Sharon Osbourne, and Piers Morgan. Let's fast forward just a little bit. You were actually a finalist per se. You went into Vegas. Let's go there. Let's go into the finalist stages.
Well, this was to move on to the preceding, rest of the series episodes. And when we got to Vegas, it was called the Vegas week, and that was to vet you. So the LA performance, we did very well there. We passed with flying colors, and we got voted through by the celebrity judges to go through to Vegas. I ended up on the Vegas celebrity judges favorites list. So that meant, and we didn't know what was going to happen. So you get down to Vegas, and we were at Planet Hollywood, and they said, okay, well, you guys, this list of people is on the favorites list, and you guys will perform tonight. So we didn't know when we were going to play. So we, you get down there, and before you know it, the next thing for you to do is now you're getting up on stage and doing your thing. And, I went up there, and I have to kind of explain, how the scenario was in Vegas. This is the difference, okay, Brian? This is the difference. In L.A., when we went to L.A., I was there. The excitement was in the crowd. It was like a stadium. It was like walking into the Roman Coliseum, and there was people being booed off stage and people being championed off stage. Wow. And there was just the roar of the crowd. It was the inspiration of everybody all these strangers that were standing with you or standing against you. So there was a different level of adrenaline rush that was pumping through you. When you got to Vegas, it was completely empty. It was a 10,000-person, auditorium, a double level, really big, that Hollywood style. It's huge. And nobody in the audience except just a few people off to the side that were actually contestants that weren't going through. And so when you got on the stage, it was dead silence. It was dead silence. You had individuals there that really didn't want you to continue on because they weren't continuing on. And you had 3 judges there that had already been through around the United States, right? I mean, they've been through city after city after city, seeing something like 45 to 50,000 contestants.
Right.
Okay? That's a lot of people.
Absolutely.
And by the time they get to you in Vegas, Brian, they are burned. They are burned. I mean, that wasn't the same. Those judges weren't the same that, I remember seeing in L.A. that were fresh and ready to go,
Right.
And so, anyway, we got there, and there was, no audience members. You didn't have that energy to vibe off of. I didn't want to go, public with it, but, in the end, there was no audio reference monitoring up there on stage for any of the artists. So people with, dance tracks and stuff, they could kind of hear their little CD players bouncing off the walls in the back. But as a performer, I had to rely on hearing my voice bounce off a wall that was, 500 yards one way, and then to come back at me. So I couldn't hear my keyboard, and I couldn't barely hear my voice, and I was deathly afraid that I was in the wrong key.
Insane.
I mean, that's how bad it was. I couldn't hear myself. And any musician knows they need a monitoring system on stage, 1 speaker at the least, and we weren't provided that.
Right.
Yeah. So for a national television appearance, there I am on stage playing a $10 million stage with no speaker system pointing back at me, and I would have given myself more reference at a coffee shop. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I braved through it. I went on muscle memory, and I performed, and I got through it. It wasn't the knockout performance that I delivered in L.A. because I seriously couldn't hear myself, and I was trying to play very cautiously. So what ended up being the result of that is a performance that I knew wasn't to my best of abilities, and it may have came off to that as well to the judges. So, I went through, I completed the song, and then I had my exit interview with the judges, and they wished me a good day, and then I went off stage, and I did know in my heart when I left that stage that I probably wasn't going to be going back out again with that performance, unless they looked at my body of work as a whole, because we had immediately pounded the pavement the minute we struck it in L.A., and hopefully I was hoping that they would have remembered what we were able to accomplish in L.A. I mean, every single musician and artist had difficulty on that stage. I wasn't the only one. There was a ton of, if you actually watch the Vegas reruns, you'll see everybody being pitchy, like their voices were in false, semitones off, one up, one down. Group acts, they couldn't really harmonize with one another because they couldn't hear yourself. You couldn't hear yourself up there. So,
right.
I made a bad decision by choosing to play a keyboard instead of a grand piano. If I had a grand piano or an acoustic guitar up there that I could hear the audio from its source, I probably could have nailed it again and continued forward. So, it is what it is. I didn't end up progressing. There was some discussion of, potentially coming back, and but none of that stuff continued forward, and we were, in essence, we were kind of blacklisted. And the fans said otherwise, and I'm not just talking about the fans that have stayed with us, Mike, not the ones that continue to stay on with us on Facebook or send me messages in my personal inboxes, but I'm talking about the community at large. They voice their opinion everywhere on the net. In petitions to get me back on, literally voting petitions by people I don't know saying Ryan Andreas needs to return. Those petitions still exist. You can still see them. They're public record. The NBC forums were lit up. Literally like 95% of the forums that were there and active were, where's Ryan Andreas? He needs to come back. And we were just kind of shut out, They didn't put us on the wild card list. And I tell you right now, in comparison review against the other contestants who were either exited or to continue forward, we had gained such a momentum. I had considered us in the top 10, easily. And we were, it is what it is. Reality can be very harsh sometimes. And I think what we've done thus far, Mike, is we've proved that we still belong here.
But in all actuality, I mean, that was more a stepping stone than anything. It's got you to where you are now, and a brand new project out there. New project. It's the Kickstarter project, and that's where you're at today. So tell us exactly what's going on.
Well, we were coming into the exit of 2011, and coming into 2011, I said, you know what? I need to reevaluate What is our next steps? What can I do as an artist, as someone who really wants to continue to inspire through music? What can I do on a grand level without record company representation, without an agent, without a manager, without marketing representation? What can I do with the networks that we've established thus far in radio and TV? Like, what can I do? And I thought the next step for us is, if this is my last punch in my final, swing for the fences, if I can do one last statement with regards to this and give it my all and everything that I got, it's an album. It's put out a record that I couldn't put out 8 months ago because we were bound by contractual restrictions to America's Got Talent. I did not have the freedom to do these things, to work with a record company or an agency, because we were locked down contractually. When my contract finally opened up, I said, you know what, now it's time to go ahead and push this. Kickstarter being the fundraising tool online, one of the probably the top fundraising online community website. It allows fans and people interested in new creative works or pieces of artwork or music or product prototypes to get involved with their creator and actually back a project before it's created. So instead of the olden days, where you were hoping for a business loan or a record company to give you money to go into the studio, which then you then owed back, now it's about pre-selling your ideas and your pieces of work, and allowing the fans to you kind of put putting your path and your identity in your fans' hands and saying, do you guys still want me here? Do you want this music to continue to move you, to help you through your tough times? Because we get tens of thousands of those kind of fan messages. And I said, you know what, there's got to be a need for this album, because people ask me all the time, I can't wait for your CD. And I had no financial resources to be able to provide that to them. So Kickstarter provides that, and thus far, we're in our last, I think, 24 to 30 hours, if I'm not mistaken, and we're on our way to $14,000 raised. So we're just, we're shooting, man. We're pushing for the stars on this, that we can continue to raise as much funding as we possibly can to put into the best possible professional, EP album that we could possibly release. And we've gained. Not only have we been able to raise about $14,000 in less than 30 days by the fans, and the fans not just in like California or like Chino, California. It is fans worldwide. I mean, this literally last night, one of the fans that helped cross, a milestone threshold of the amount of fan contributions that came in, and she's from, Australia, and so, and I've seen that. We have contributors from Africa. I mean, there's people that are on, Alaska, Canada, like they're all over the place. And that, to me, showed me that there's a reason for me to be here still. There's still a reason for me to fight, because these guys on Kickstarter are they're standing with us. They're making a statement that they believe in the music,
That's right.
And they believe that we can succeed. So that's what Kickstarter's about.
All these fans want your music.
Yeah, and I'm blessed by that, I really am.
Absolutely. So a little taste of what is to come, your debut album. We're talking on the verge of getting everything into place to be released in the very near future. So we want to give the fans out there that are listening either via the Android app today, via the World Wide Web at KCDZ.fm.com, or right here in the Morongo Basin at 107.7 FM. We want to give them a taste of what's to come on your album with a song, Give Me the Reason. Tell your fans what the song is about.
Well, I think that we've all had lost loves and loves gained and, loves taken away. And a lot of times, I think in life, I think one of the things about the music, and including Give Me the Reason and other songs that I've written, is people are able to relate to them, just like any other song that they might like. But mine is more normally geared around something that's heartfelt, and maybe that's just the, it's the delivery, the way I sing, it kind of tugs at people. And instead of like a drum hook or a guitar hook or some crazy piano sound effect, people really resonate with the vocals. And Give Me the Reason is just about, tell me why the things happened the way that they happened. And the last thing that I want to do, Mike, is make an impression on somebody and what the song's supposed to be. So what I will say is Give Me the Reason should be about what you want it to be, because for me, it's just about love. It's about, why are we here? Why are we doing the things that we do? And can we do them together?
All right. We're going to listen to it. We're going to come right back with Ryan Andreas. We're going to wrap up with Ryan in just a moment. But in the meantime, we're going to hear it. It's Give Me the Reason right here with Ryan Andreas and me, Brian Michaels, on A Morning with Michaels on Z 107.7.
This time I feel your arm. Time after time I think I feel the same. So give me the reason. Can this be real? Show you just what I feel. Spend the time I need to feel your arms. Time after time I think I feel this pain. So give me the reason. Can this be real? I'll give you the whole world to show you just what I feel. Just what I feel. And I'm trying to find the reason. The reason you say our goodbye. Now you got me here and wondering. You got me wondering why. Oh no. Oh no. No, no. So give me the reason. Can this be real? I wanna close my eyes and wake up to you right here. So give me the reason. Can this be real? I wanna close my eyes and wake up to you right here. To you right.
Community Radio Z 107.7. Give me the reason. Mr. Ryan Andreas from season number 6 of America's Got Talent, and his CD To be released soon, or to be announced soon, or whatever the case may be. Kickstarter project, it's in the works right now. Hey, Ryan, so tell everybody where they need to go to check out information on the Kickstarter project. Where do they need to go to check out information on you? What needs to happen right now?
Probably the quickest way and easiest way to remember how to find anything that we're doing, including getting to the Kickstarter project itself, is RyanAndreas.net. That's www.RyanAndreas.net. And if you go to my website, I have streaming audio of the content, some of which Mike played this morning for you. And you can also get those MP3s as free downloads. I do offer most of the YouTube content that I've done out there, which is now climbing over 4.7 million, which is awesome. I'm so happy about that. You guys can download that music for free. Go to my website. Download the music for free, no catch. Just enjoy. Put them on your MP3 players, and support the album. The Kickstarter links are there on our website, so come visit us online.
That is amazing, and you have been so busy and doing extremely well, and it just seems like America's Got Talent, like I said, was just a stepping stone to what you're doing today, and what an incredible talent you've got, what an incredible voice, and again, just a stepping stone to everything you've got going on today, and I know for one, I'm such a big supporter, and you've got so many great fans out there that just support what you're doing, and just so many amazing things going on.
Yeah, I'm. It's surreal every day I wake up and see it. It's amazing the support that we have through the Facebook fan page and individuals in the industry like yourself that have stood with us and our fans. And I wanted to give out one plug, if you don't mind, to a pretty important concert date that we have lined up at the beginning of May in Louisiana. That's going to be in Lake Charles at the Contraband Festival, and that I'm keeping nice and clear focused that is actually the public debut release of the album that we're going to be bringing to a live stage performance in a completely another state. So, chase your dreams, guys. I'm doing this completely without record company representation, managements, agencies. I don't have any of that. I'm still this guy in the bedroom that's able to work with people like Brian and other people that are just real authentic people that believe in the music and believe in the dream, and they're standing with us. So Penny Miller over in Louisiana, thank you so much for standing with us. All the Facebook fans, thanks for standing with us. My family, friends, and supporters. And Brian, thank you so much. I really appreciate being on the show.
Well, Ryan, again, we thank you, man, and everything that you're doing. You're our Southern California hero, and, you've got talent beyond talent, my friend, and we're looking forward to actually getting you out here into the studio. You're not that far away, but we figured, it's nice to have you on the phone this morning. That way you could stay at home and, just relax on a Saturday. But the next time we're going to get you out here in the studio, all right?
I'm so about that. I'll bring my acoustic guitar. We'll make it happen.
That'll be fantastic. All right, so we're going to lead you out with one more song from Ryan this morning. It's another cover that he did from a great artist that we do play here at Z107.7. It's John Mayer, and we're going to lead you out with Daughters. And Ryan, tell us about this song. What made you do this cover from John Mayer?
John Mayer is probably one of the single most important influences on me as of late. He is an amazing young artist. And he's a guy who is a prolific songwriter, and he is a guy that plays music. He plays music. So much of the music out there today, Mike, is just, it's robotic, it's auto-tuned, it's computer-based, it's not what it used to be. And John Mayer and guys like Dave Matthews and people like Coldplay, they've brought music back, and that's where I want to be. I want to help bring back the music. And John Mayer, I love the guy, man. I would love to be on tour with that guy. And if he's listening, John Mayer, I want to open up for you, man. And you know what? If things keep going the way they go, dreams can't come true, and I just might be there.
There we go. All right, Ryan Andreas, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks again, Ryan, and we will talk with you soon.
You got it, Mr. Michael. Take care, man.
Here's Daughters from Ryan Andreas, ladies and gentlemen.
I know a girl, she puts the collar inside of my world. She's just like a maze, where all of the walls we continually change. I've done all I can to stand by myself with my heart in my hand. I'm starting to see, so baby's got nothing to do with me. So fathers, be good to your daughters. So daughters, live like you do. So girls, become lovers, turn into mothers. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. Oh, see that skin? It's the same she's been standing in since the day she saw him walking away. Now she left, cleaning up the mess he made. Oh no, I did all I can to stand by myself with my heart in my hand. Oh no, I'm starting to see baby's got nothing to do with me. So mothers, be good to your daughters. So daughters, will live like you do. So girls, become lovers, turn into mothers. So mothers, be good to your daughters. Oh, she can read. She'll find out how much they can take. Some boys will be strong, some boys soldier on. Some boys will be nothing without war from love will mom. On behalf of every man, looking out for every girl, you are the guardian who made all the world. So mothers, be good to your daughters. So daughters will live like you do. So girls, become lovers, turn into mothers. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. So mothers, be good to your daughters too. So mothers, be good to your daughters too.
It's music from Ryan Andreas. It's a rendition of John Mayer, Daughters, right here on Z107.7. Special thanks to Mr. Ryan Andreas for being with us this morning, and the best of luck to him and all that he's doing right now. Once again, be sure to visit his website, ryanandreas.net, and of course, all that he's got going on right now.